Hi guys, so weird date guy got even weirder. I don't really know where to start this, but again, sorry, just flipping the viewfinder over. So the last bit, I'm not going to go into what happened in the first part. If you need to watch the first part, watch the video before this. So the last thing I told you guys was that he sent me a picture of his family after telling me that our relationship was not going to go anywhere long term and he just wanted to be friends. So I made that video at the time, like the evening that he sent me that text message, because I was a bit annoyed and I didn't really know what to do and what to think, and you guys basically all generally told me the same thing, that he was a waste of time, absolute shithead basically, and all told me that I should just get on with stuff. So after that I wasn't really expecting to hear anything from him, and the next day, so the day after I made that video, he sent me a text message like randomly in the morning saying good morning munchkin, and I'm just like, I don't really understand, because that's definitely something like in terms of endearment that you say to somebody that you're dating. But also then after that message, when I responded saying hi, he then sent me a text straight afterwards actually, just to say, do you think we click and do you think there's chemistry between us? And I thought, I don't understand why you're now asking me this after you have dumped me yesterday and said that our relationship's not going anywhere and that you want to stay friends. So I don't really understand the next day why you're asking me if you think there's chemistry and whether we click. And I was just so totally confused. So I didn't really respond to those specific questions, but I said, oh, I think we get on quite well, and you know, but I don't really know you that well. I kind of left it as that. And then the next day he sent me another text message saying, do you want to meet up on Friday? And I sent a message straight back saying I can't meet up on Friday because I am going to my work Christmas party, and yes, I'm going to be busy. And then he texted in the same conversation, like a little bit further down the line, like say in the same conversation, to say, so can you meet up Saturday then, because I'm in London for my gig, can you meet up on the Saturday? And I said no, because I'm working Saturday and it's just, you know, I'm going to be busy all day. And then he like didn't ask again for like the rest of the conversation, but then the next day he put, so when are we going to meet up again? Or no, actually no, it wasn't phrased in that way, it was phrased in, so when are you going to take me out then? And I was just like, I don't understand, like why do you want to see me again? And it was so weird because the text message that I got from him, like to say that it's not going to work, was literally sent about 2 days after we'd met. So actually no, 3 days after. We met on the Tuesday, I got the text message on the Friday, and the whole of the next week he was literally like complimenting me, telling me I was beautiful all the time, telling me that I was gorgeous, texting me every morning saying good morning beautiful, and like, don't get me wrong, like I didn't take every day, but like at least every other day, or like most days in that time. And then after my work Christmas party on Friday, he rang me because he'd just been to his concert and he was just telling me about the concert and stuff, and then he brought up a conversation about cuddles and hugs and the difference between cuddles, hugs and snuggles, and I was like, these are not the sort of conversations that you had with like just your mate. So I was like, I'm totally confused, like I don't know what's going on, I don't know why he wants to see me again. I asked my sister and my best friend, I was like, what do you guys think I should do? And they were both like, just go on the date because it will be entertaining for us to find out what happens. And I was like, you guys are so not supportive. And both of them said it on different occasions. They were like, yeah, you should definitely go out with him and then just tell us all the gory details when you get back. And I was like, okay. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, like this guy wasn't horrible to me at all. Like he was really complimentary on the date, he was really flattering, he was really sweet. He just kept saying these weird things about the girl that he was looking for, and obviously in my head I'm starting to think I'm further and further away from that girl. But it's like I said, I'm single and it's quite nice to have the attention. So I'm thinking if it does come to it, I would see him again, and then obviously I would tell you guys what happens, but I just thought I'd update you on what's been happening since I made my last video, because he's still been texting me as if he likes me, still been texting me and flirting, still been texting me like, I think are quite inappropriate messages for somebody that's just your friend, but like flirty ones. I don't mean like inappropriate as in completely irrelevant, like just really flirty sort of text messages. Like if I text him saying, oh, my work Christmas party, like I went to it and you know, I danced for a bit, he would then text back saying, oh, would you have let me dance with you? And just random things like that, that again, I don't think you say unless you like somebody. So now I can't help but think, my sister's theory is that he regrets basically telling me to get lost. So And my friend's theory is that he's probably just testing me to see if I was desperate enough to like claw my way back in. But the fact that I responded with, yeah, I was kind of agreeing, I don't really, you know, I was starting to think the same thing, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, let's be friends. I think that sort of shocked him because I think he thought he was great and he was a bit surprised that I didn't try and sort of keep it going. But like I said, life's too short to kind of waste time with people like this. But, you know, it was kind of nice to go on a date, and I haven't been on a date for a little while. And I just basically thought I would update you and tell you guys what's going on. I'm a bit confused, like I really don't know what's going on. I've been sending Harry like snapshots of like the conversations that we'd be having to see if he can make any sense of like what's going on. And he's just like, weirdo, 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 where do you find these people from? And I'm like, I really don't know. So really, really, really don't know what to do. So yeah, that is like my weird date guy gets even weirder video. And let me know what you think. Like, why is he still texting me after telling me that? And why did he tell me that he wanted to be friends and it wasn't going anywhere? And then the next day text me saying, do you think we have chemistry and do you think we click? When are we going to see each other again? After the fact that I didn't go to that concert with him, because obviously I was going to go to that gig with him and then he kind of like uninvited me. So I just thought, that is a little bit weird. Well, he didn't invite me. I didn't actually say yes that I would go, so he probably thought I didn't want to go. And he's just so confused. I don't understand what's going on in his little, I was going to say little pea-sized brain, but that was a really horrible thing to say. I really don't know what he's thinking. I don't know why he's acting as if he didn't say that. And basically, I think when I see him, if I see him, I'm just going to ask him outright and be like, so you told me that you didn't want it to go anywhere, yet you've still been texting almost every day and flirting. But then I'm going to look like an idiot if he just turns around and says, yeah, but I just thought we were going to be mates. And then I'm going to feel like a right twat. But then I was like, mates don't really text the things that you've been texting, I don't think. And then I might look like a complete wally, so maybe I should bring it up in advance. I don't know, like I really don't know. I'll just see how it goes. I mean, it's quite entertaining for like entertainment, as far as entertainment purposes goes. I really just don't know what he's thinking. So if anyone can shed any light again on the situation, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, watch the video before this and I will see you guys in the next video.